Okay, so here we are with a game I just finished with my brother. It's an interesting it's an interesting case involving the Ruy Lopez opening. I've seen that there's a lot of stuff online about the Ruy Lopez, um, and I don't know about you, but I definitely have seen myself in this situation many times. And I'm just going to quickly go into the Ruy Lopez. Uh, this for those of you who aren't familiar with the title Ruy Lopez, I'm sure you've at least seen this opening. This happens all the time, and it finishes off by there. So this is a classic opening. Now, if you have to kind of judge your player to see if if you're playing the type of person that you know is just going to trade on any chance that they can, kind of like a kamikaze player, which is what my brother tends to do. So you end up you can end up with this nice little scenario here. So I figure that his next move, White's next move, is he's going to kill my knight with his bishop. So I don't. So one of the normal guy Lopez or Ruy Lopez is you take your a pawn from a7 to a6. But I'm not going to bother with that because I know that he's going to just take it. So I'm going to use the time to just set myself up with an attack on his f2 pawn, which is right up here, and we'll see how that plays out. So now you notice we're pivoting on this a5 piece, and I move, and the exchange happens, and now he is eager for that free pawn because we did the trade. So now what he doesn't see is I'm going to bring my queen out here, and now I have his g2. I have his g2 pawn and his horse forked. So we'll see what he does about this. He's actually very clever. He jumps away, thus attacking my bishop, kind of saying a trade, like I'll let you in to take over my g2 pawn, but you have to give me your bishop. So I decided I'll take that because if he takes my bishop, now I'm going to take his h1 rook. So I expected him to, I'm first going to I'm just going to show you how the game went, and then we'll go back and look at it a little bit as to what could have happened. So he decides to move his king to protect his rook with his queen, which he totally didn't take into account my bishop on the white ranks. So I put him into check, and he can't move his pawn. His f pawn right here is forked, so he can't move that. So he has to move up, and then I take, and that's checkmate. So it's a quick checkmate, pretty sweet. And so we'll back up and we'll see what he could have done there. So now we're in this situation. So right there, we're in this situation, and he could have, or should have rather, moved his rook next to his king, thus protecting his rook. And what I would have done is move. That's what I expected him to do, and I was prepared to move my bishop up here to 3h, which then would have then given me the chance to move my queen and take the rook, and thus cause checkmate. In order to prevent checkmate, I'm not exactly sure, but I think that the only way to prevent checkmate in this case would be to move your queen here to offer up the trade. And now I'm willing to offer the trade, and as you see, I'm going to lose my queen and my bishop, but he's going to lose his queen and his rook, which gives me a nice advantage. Plus, now I have the ability to castle, and he doesn't have the ability to castle. I should also note that he is one pawn ahead, so it's not it's not a huge advantage. But to start off the game, kind of almost already in the end game, Unfortunately, he does have his two center pawns, and I don't have any center pawns, so I'm not really sure how this game would play out. But you can see that at least in the beginning, I don't know. I feel like I have a slight advantage in pieces, that rook versus the bishop. So let me know what you think, if you think that this is really an advantage or not. Uh, and we'll see. Yeah, and I'll enjoy hearing your comments.